Soyinka's remarks based on information from people sharing Emilokan sentiment, Labour Party says. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post hot juicy news update. Please click on the notification bell. You know, if you have been following Soyinka's sayings this past few days after, the election, most especially after the verdict by the PEPT, or should I say PEPC, you are going to be left speechless. Well, you'll find out more about the news in detail, please. The Labour Party of Nigeria has said that they believe that Nobel laureate Prof. Wole Soyinka's message that it be lost the 2023 election was not a two-faced machine, neither was it the blunt truth. The party, in a statement signed by the National Publicity Secretary of the party, Pastor Obiora Ifo, said the literary giant may as human express the thoughts which may have been informed by emotion or narrative put to him. The party said it can recall that Prof. Wole Soyinka was in Nigeria during the presidential election and would have been availed the prevailing situation in Lagos where he was at the time of the election. The party in the statement said, "We understand that the literary giant is human and thus susceptible to emotions and probably said what he said based on information made available to him by those who share the Emilokan sentiment." The Labour Party took note of the statement that emanated from the Nobel laureate Prof. Wole Soyinka, who, as an institution, we have the utmost respect for. He's a Nigerian whose accomplishments in the literary world are without doubt intimidating. However, we beg to disagree with his prognosis and personal opinion on the performance of our party during the 2023 general elections. The facts are before the court, and out of respect for our judiciary, we will reserve our comment until the Supreme Court makes a final pronouncement. In Yoruba, Agbero refers to fraudulent activities like age, name, or certificate forgery, 419 or narcotics trafficking, all which are issues in the 2023 elections, but not on the Labour Party's part. Agbero in Yoruba also literally means slap him or her in the face. Have all Nigerians not been slapped sufficiently in the face? Thanks to this man of letters for bringing this out, Albert, advertently. It is rather interesting that the erudite Prof. Soyinka, who owned up to having an electoral monitoring unit, conveniently glossed over INEC's legend domain, leading to substantial non-compliance and erosion of constitutional dictate, just as he confidently glossed over the INEC's advanced graduate of 25th February that has surreptitiously installed the king of Bajwe in Aso Rock. It is most befuddling as well as disconcerting that a detribalized and activist Soyinka would succumb to the groupthink syndrome that subscribes to the state capture by those belonging to the criminal fringe by enemies based on primordial considerations. We really appreciate him for at least giving some credit to the Labour Party and this presidential candidate for breaking the monopoly of power hitherto held by the two other parties. We also noted his admission of his willingness to be a part of demonstration which would be based on the banner of truth. However, we are aware that Soyinka resides in Lagos State and he was in Nigeria in February 25th when elections held in Nigeria. He watched probably with a glee when a certain individual in Lagos warned non-indigens to vote a particular political party or risk being deported to their place of birth, and he never condemned it. He was also there when ballot boxes were snatched by thugs in a polling booth right in front of his house. He did not condemn it. We are still looking for where he came out to condemn the unprovoked attacks on our supporters in Lagos by members of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC during the last election. The whole world followed the 2023 general election in Nigeria, and there was a global condemnation of not only the outcome of the election, but also the process, particularly the glitching incident that occurred only during the transmission of presidential results to IREV. As someone who is known to demonstrate based on truth, we did not hear as much as a whisper from Konji reminding INEC that stand by its words. It also watched when Labour Party provides evidence of several defaced result sheets permitted and uploaded to the IREV by INEC, particularly in places where Labour Party won. Again, the great Soyinka was astonishingly mute. We will not allege selective amnesia as the reason for Soyinka's wrong prognosis, but we would have expected him to be a statesman, which we thought he was, by remaining on the side of caution and not exhibiting dual character of someone who may be blinded by some chauvinistic tendencies. We would rather keep our impression about his recent dual personality with us. We want to also let him know that building in Nigeria is a dream which time has come, and Nigerian youth will not relent until such a dream is realized. The party maintained the statement signed by Pastor Ifo. Now, Soyinka disappointed many people. And the thing is, though I don't in any way support, coming out to say things to him and all of that. No. He's another statesman. Yes, he has actually his achievements in should I say in his field is no. He's amazing. But why is he trying to sell off the integrity and the respect he has? For what exactly? To what end? To what end exactly? Why is he trying to give it all out? Sincerely, we never heard Soyinka came outside even that time, even when the 25th February elections, a lot of people were coming out to complain. Some people were flogged. Some people, the ballot boxes were snatched. We watched the videos. They are online till today. You understand? The ballot boxes were, some of them, they scattered the whole place. You understand? Some of them, they did a whole lot of things. Some of them, they were flogged. Some of them were not even permitted just because they tell them, say, if you know, say you be this one, go back. If you know, say, don't go vote for APC, you go back. Oh. And for goodness sakes, it's not funny. And all of a sudden, after election, you come, open your mouth, Oga. I said, they don't insult you. Oh God, they will insult the living daylight out of you. I'm not in support of it, but people are going to. Like I said, this election is not business as usual. Do you know how many investments of Nigerians are in this election? This particular election, this just concluded election. Do you know how Nigerians invested in it? People who, they have no business with elections. They came out, used their time, used the resources, used everything they have. They promoted it. They convinced people. A lot of people were like, the same thing now. Then go come now, we go vote for person, they'll carry that person, put people in a lie. They were convinced. People told them it is going to be electronic transmission of results, just like INEC promised, and it was in the 2022 Electoral Act. We don't know, say, and they do was what's they call? The more you look, the less you see. So anything where Soyinka started to get to, believe me, I'm not going to say I support it, but he actually requested for it, if you ask me. One can as well say LP remarked is as a result of a sentiment of obedience, which is based on falsehood. 2022 election has gone. Within the few weeks, the Supreme Court will pronounce the final decision, which is unlikely going to be different from the tribunal ruling. What will remain after all this is the image of Obi and his obedience has created for themselves, despite their remarkable performance in the election. The obedience will be remembered for fake news, intolerance for contrary opinion, hatred, use of abusive. Now you they talk this one. The obedient we're going to be remembered as people who they stood by the truth. Do you know what is holding these people from running to the street and protesting? Now, see this man called Obi, yet he's the one being accused that in followers they are trying to do this. No. If we discuss this matter from now till next year, we know we'll come out for a year. The truth is, we should learn to stand by the truth, and we should learn to start holding people accountable, most especially those in public offices. Alright, on this note, you've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.